Hello and welcome to the Blossoming Soul Tarot. So today's video is going to be what is your purpose in life? I am pretty sure that this is going to be a very powerful reading with very important and powerful messages as well, because we are talking about your future life in general. So I really hope that you can take some valuable information from this reading today. As usual, I have 3 cards for you to choose from. These were randomly selected, and whatever information they have, that is going to be the base for your reading. So now you just have to choose between group number 1, 2, or 3. The timestamps are down below in the description as usual. And yeah, make sure you pause the video if you need more time to choose from one of these cards. Also, let me give you just the usual disclaimer. This whole reading may not resonate to all of you because this is meant for a broad audience. So it is normal that in the pile that you choose, that not all the information is going to be meant for you. So just have fun with the reading, with the group that you choose. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because I am 100% sure that in the group that you choose, there's going to be very important and interesting information for you. So yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if the reading was helpful to you in any way. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my videos. I'd be very, very happy and glad to have your support, which has been amazing so far. So now, without further ado, let's hop onto the video. Hi group number 1, and welcome to your reading. As you heard in the intro, this is going to be about your purpose in life. Today we are starting with tarot. This is a new deck that I'm bringing here to the channel. I really hope you enjoy it. The back of this deck is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's a very particular image with the world right on the center, and I thought that for today's reading, which is, like I said, about your purpose in life, this would be a great deck for us to start with. As this really reminds me of your life in general. So yeah, again, this is a tarot deck. So yeah, let's see what the universe has for you. So we start here with the Page of Swords, which in this deck is the Page of Air, because as you might know, and if you don't, I am glad that you are here so you can learn about that as well. Every single suit of cards, so cups, pentacles, swords, and wands, these are all connected to the elements, so water, air, fire, and earth. So in this case, swords is connected to the air element, to the air signs. So, and your first card is the Page of Swords, which usually represents a young spirit, someone that is either, like I said, young in spirit or young in their age. They're usually very logical and insightful people, because the swords suit is all about communication and thinking, like critical thinking, truthfulness, honesty, and this page really represents someone that is that kind of person. These cards are very interesting because they also have messages, and I think that as this is a reading about your purpose in life, these messages are going to be very important. So I'm just going to let you know. An exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but might be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. So I see here that in your life you are probably, at least some of you, are going to have a career that is related to documents and communication and writing. So I really think that it's a very intellectual job that you guys have or are going to have in the future. If that's not the case for you, I think that this is just telling you that you are a person that is going to have very brilliant ideas throughout your life, which is going to help you also move forward and achieve a lot of great things. So yeah, let me grab this tarot deck and see what other information the universe has for you. Group number 1, we have 1 card already. So group number 1, purpose in life. Okay, that one went away. Let me try to grab it. Okay, I'm gonna try to get 1 more card for you. Group number 1, purpose in life. Okay, there's one that's clearly coming out right here, so I'm gonna take this one. So let's see. So you have the 7 of Wands. You have the Wise Counselor, which I'm going to explain what it is just in a moment. And you have the 6 of Swords. So, I'm going to start here with the 7 of Wands, which is a card about challenges. It's a card about facing challenges. And it's more specifically challenges. It's not a challenge that you put yourself into. It's something that it's people challenging you on things. It could be on challenging you to do something that you were not expecting, or challenging your beliefs. As for example here says, stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. So in terms of your purpose in life, I think what this is saying is that you are going to be that kind of person that really stands up for themselves and really sets very clear and strong boundaries, and that their beliefs are never going to be brought down by anyone, because you're going to accept that challenge with open arms and really, like the card says, standing up for yourself. And I think there's also an advice here. Sometimes when you are a very I don't know, a very strong person and you want to stand up for yourself, you want to stand up for your ideas, your beliefs, and sometimes you end up finding yourself in so many battles and so many arguments and discussions with other people, and sometimes you get caught up on those things and you end up not choosing your battles wisely. And I think that this is the universe really telling you that yes, you have to stand up for yourself, and you're doing very great if you're doing that already, but you have to be careful on not to get yourself into too many drama or that kind of thing. So here you have the Wise Counselor, which in the classic and usual tarot that you might have seen so far, it's usually the Hierophant. So in this deck it's called the Wise Counselor, but his function is pretty much the same as the Hierophant. It really represents the divine, it represents tradition, and as it says here, unity with a spiritually minded community. As the divine, ask the divine for help and trust the answers will come. Compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. So I was saying that this is pretty much the same as the Hierophant. It has a slight difference. at least to my interpretation as a tarot reader. For me, the Hierophant is much more, how do I say, like their goals and what they represent is much more like strict and precise. In this case, it's like, it's not just like go with the traditional things. It's like compare the traditional methods with new ideas and try to balance everything and see what's best for you. So I prefer this wise counselor a lot more, because it says something that is very important in life. And as this is a very general reading about your purpose in life, I think that it's very good that you have such a message that says that you shouldn't stick to the traditions and go by the book the whole time. You should try to embrace new ideas and bring new ideas and compare them with the rest, because sometimes the traditional methods are better, but other times the new ones and new ideas are very much needed and also important. So I think that regarding your purpose, I really believe that this is all about you trying to guide other people and bring them new ideas, and also trying to show them that, of course, the traditional methods and the old methods, some of them are good, but some of them need to be changed up a little bit for the better, of course. And well, so far I think that this is a very interesting reading for you, group number 1. I see here that you might be a very strong person, a very determined person, and this is just the universe telling you about what you already know pretty much, and also giving you a few advices, like this very precious one about choosing your battles wisely, because sometimes people that are very determined and that really are confident and believe in their ideas, sometimes they get caught up in a lot of battles that are not theirs, and they're just losing their time. And this could be a very good advice for you. I really hope you can use that to your advantage. And then last on our tarot cards, we have the Six of Swords, so another swords card. Some of you might be in a, to be more specific, in the job thing, you guys might be related to communication, because we have 2 swords cards, and when I see a lot of swords cards, I see a lot of communication. So you're either in a communication job, or you're a person that has to communicate a lot with other people or communicate your ideas a lot. So the Six of Swords is about moving on to something different. It's usually, well, in the tarot, before the Six of Swords, there are a few cards that are a bit challenging, and the Six of Swords represents you moving on from those hard times to better times. So let's see what it says here. The end of challenging times, of course, yeah. Things are looking up, a welcome relief, finding your way to a peaceful place, the end of depression or an illness, travel or relocation. So if you're a person that is really thinking about moving to another country or to another city, this could be the hint that you needed, that little push that you needed to see that you are actually really meant to do that, because this card is telling you that your purpose is to move on from the previous times, is to move on from everything that happened in your life, good or bad, but to improve to something better. And improving to that something better could mean traveling or relocating. So if that's the case for you, then this is green light for that, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move on to the next deck that I have, which is the Starseed Oracle deck. I already used this one here on the channel. It's a very, very beautiful deck. I feel like it's a very ethereal, very smooth looking oracle deck. It's It's very, very beautiful. Let's see what he has for you. So, group number 1, life purpose. Okay, there was one card that fell down. Let me grab it as well. Okay, so let's see. You have baby steps and you have messenger. So I'm gonna start here with the baby steps. I always like to go from left to right, but let me just say that I mentioned before that in this reading there was something about communication, and now you get a card that says messenger. So there's definitely something about communication here. But first let's go here to the baby steps. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So again, you are a very thoughtful, insightful, and very intelligent group of people, my lovely group number 1. And I really think that all this that I was mentioning, that you're someone that is really going to stand up for yourself and your beliefs and your ideas. And this card is all about that. It's all about taking action based on your intuition, based on your ideas, even when someone is challenging your opinion and your ideas. Sometimes you can't listen to them, even though everyone around you is saying that it makes absolutely no sense what you're saying. If you are certain, you have to believe in yourself, because intuition not always makes sense, but sometimes it's not meant to make sense right away. It's going to make sense later. So this is really a message about you really believing in yourself and in your ideas and not letting anyone bring those down. Let's go here to the messenger. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. I think that this is really about this card right here, the wise counselor. Compare traditional methods with new ideas. I think that for some of you, this wise counselor might be representing you. So you might be a teacher, or you might be that kind of person that really has going to be in a position in their life that they're going to be a counselor or a mentor, someone that is all about bringing harmony and balance into other people's lives, and really trying to show that not everything is like black and white. There is a gray area most of times. So yeah, you also have this side of bringing harmony and balance. And yeah, definitely for some of you, this wise counselor is representing yourself as a person. Now let's move on to the next oracle deck, which is one of my favorites. If you've been watching my channel lately, you know that this card, this deck really means a lot to me. It was my first oracle deck, so it's the Moonology oracle deck. Let's see what it has for you. So group number 1, purpose in life. So you have, don't let pride get in your way. We'll get there, but this is a very interesting card to come out on this reading. And you also have meditate and contemplate. remember that I talked about confidence when I was talking about this card? Well, confidence is very different from vanity. This card is asking you to be confident, to show confidence to other people in your ideas and your beliefs, etc. And for you to have confidence, your self-esteem kind of has to be very good. But you have to pay attention to not let pride get in your way, because you have to stand up for your beliefs, of course, for your ideas, definitely. But it starts being something good to do in your life when you start getting very proud. Because when you let pride get in your way, you are letting your ego get in your way, and that is not something good. So you have to understand and have in mind, keep in mind, that you are someone that should bring people together, not separate people. I know that this is a very difficult balance to get, between being facing challenges and all that, but also bringing balance and harmony. I know it's difficult, but I see that this is going to be your purpose in life, which is a very great one. Then you also have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. This card is about dreams and romance mostly, and it's about you using your feelings to guide your way. I really feel like this whole balance is about mind and heart. So in general, I see that what you are going to be very good at and are going to be remembered for is that you are very good, or are going to be very good, balancing your thoughts from your mind and also what comes from your heart, which is very, very difficult to do. So now let's move on to the last deck, which is the Angels and Ancestors. Let's see. Book number 1. Purpose in life. Okay, we have another 2 cards. We have the Sun, and we have the Earth Guardian. So the Sun says enjoy success and happiness. So I mean, I don't think that with everything that we saw in this reading, I really had to say that you are definitely going to be a very successful person, because someone that really stands up for their ideas and that is a leader or a mentor or a counselor is someone that is most definitely going to be successful in their work field and in their life in general. And this card is just here to really reinforce that idea and to say that your life is also going to be full of happiness. Your purpose, it's not just something very complicated. But yeah, I think that's a very beautiful message from the universe. You also have here the Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. I think this is a very important message as well, because with all these things that you are going to have in your life going on, all the challenges, all the mentorship and everything, it's going to be crucial that you stay grounded in your daily life, because that is going to be key for you to have all this balance that we also mentioned. So I guess I'm gonna end the reading right here. I really hope that you enjoyed it. This was the first time that I did a reading like this about your purpose in life. I don't think I've ever done anything like this. So yeah, don't forget to like the video if something resonated, if you enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments down below what you thought, what resonated. That's something that I always like to know, and I find very interesting to see your comments. And I promise that I will do my very best to reply to all of you. And yeah, thank you very much for being with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. So as you heard on the intro, this is about your life purpose, what you're meant for. So this is definitely going to be a very interesting reading, both for you and for me, I think, because it's always something fun and interesting to learn about. You might notice that I went to put something else on. It's getting a bit cold in here, so yeah, but moving on, let's see what the universe has to tell you. So the first card that you have is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is such a beautiful card. I always feel like a lot of I always have like a successful feeling when I look at this card. So what I can see right off the bat is that you are meant to be successful, more specifically in your career, because the Pentacles suit is usually about money, about finances, but I really like to look at it as career as well. And let me just read the message that you have here. I really like this tarot deck. I think it's very, very beautiful, and it also has very interesting messages. So I'm just going to read it out for you. A windfall of abundance, wise counsel, or good fortune. An exciting career opportunity, a lucrative contract, significant purchases like a home or vehicle. Alright, so you are definitely meant for big things, Smile of the Group number 2, which is a very good thing to know. I really see that some of you are people that are very interested in studying things to a very deep level. When you get really interested in something, you really want to know it, to know all about it. This doesn't mean that you are someone who is going to university, who has a lot of college studies, whatever. It doesn't mean exactly that. It could, but it could also mean that when you get really interested in something, that you studied so much that you just want to know everything about it. So, and if you are that kind of person, it's just a logical thought that you are meant, or at least you are on your way to being successful, because the only secret to being successful is to be determined, to never give up, and to study a lot, to know a lot about something, and to put it to practice. So if you are very good at something, you can always try to do something good, something big about it. And that's what I see for you, Group number 2. Now let's shuffle the deck again, this tarot deck, and see what else the universe has for you. Let's try again one more. Alright, so let's put this one right here. You have the Emperor, which makes a lot of sense following this card right here. You have the Hermit and the Seven of Cups. Let me try to put them straight, at least as much as possible. Okay. So you got the Emperor, and you also got the Hermit here. So you have two major arcana cards. So I do see that you are going to achieve big things in life. This could be like physical things, or it could be from the inside. It could be regarding your mindset, for example, but we will have to go a bit deeper on this to find out. But first of all, let's go here to the Emperor. The Emperor is a card that always gives me the feeling of power. This Emperor is usually about being in charge, being the leader, knowing what you want. So this is very good, having in mind that it says here that you are meant for abundance, for having a lot of opportunities in your career. So I really see that you could have a lot of potential to become a leader in your career, for example. And that doesn't mean that you have to work for a big company. Being a leader could also mean that you are going to start your own business and that you are going to be the boss of your own business. The Emperor says logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation, accept a leadership role, structure and discipline. Okay, so I think that here are both, it is a mix of your purpose in life and also a few advices from the universe. So I do believe, just like I said, that this card is here to reinforce the information that you had here about you being meant for success, for being in charge, being the leader. But it also says that you, to achieve this, you have to work on your discipline. You have to be very organized, very disciplined, very have a very good structure around you in order for you to increase the possibilities of achieving this success. So whenever you have the chance or the opportunity comes around for you to take a big step forward in your career, you have to take charge of the situation. You have to really dive deep into anything that has to deal with that field of your career, and you really have to again take charge and accept that leadership role. Then you also have the Hermit, which is interesting because the Emperor is someone that is a leader, and the Hermit is someone that doesn't really show off a lot. So I think this is a very good mix. The Hermit says, time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. So I believe that this part of the message is very, very positive in the sense that it shows and it reinforces the idea of, for you to be successful, you really need to have and make sure that you have those peaceful moments in your daily life. There's also an advice here for you to enjoy your solitude with meditation, because meditation can help you really organize your thoughts as well. Meditation doesn't mean that you have to just like stand there and think about nothing. It's about accepting all the thoughts that come to your mind, and I think that could be very important for you to achieve this success right here and to be a good leader. Shine your light as an example to others. Again, this is reinforcing the idea of you are going to be the example, you are going to be the leader. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. Again, a mentor, a leader, and self-discovery. So I do think that throughout the next few years you are going to go through a lot of self-discovery moments, which is very, very good. And well, you also have the Seven of Cups, which I don't think it's too much about your purpose in life, I think it's an advice pretty much. Because first sentence, and it comes with an exclamation point, says make a choice. The Seven of Cups is usually all about making a choice. It's about you having a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things happening, and you are having a bit of trouble making your decision. But this card says, and is here to show you that you are maybe overanalyzing a situation too much, and that you know what to do, and you have to move forward. You don't have to like overanalyze too much. You are almost ready to make this decision. You just have to do like a final have a final look at all your options and finally make your decisions. So I do think that this is just telling you that when the moment comes in which you have opportunities and things that you have to choose from, that are definitely going to lead you to success, you are probably going to be at a standstill for a while, and you are going to have trouble to kind of make that decision. But from all the cards that I have here, I see here that you have all the power to make the right decision. So this could be something that you are going through already. So for some of you, this is just like you are going to get here, but you have to get through this first, and you have to make the right decision. But to make the right decision, you just have to really grab one of these opportunities and work hard on it. That's it. So yeah, let's move on to the next deck, which is the Starseed Oracle deck. Let's see. So, group number 2, life purpose. So, there's one here. And I'm gonna take the one on top. So you have Empathic Starseed. Let me just put this right. I think that is good. So Empathic Starseed. Energy sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. This card is mostly about you learning how to be gentle with yourself. There could be a moment in your life, I don't know if it's now or if it's going to be in the future, that you are going to feel kind of pressured to be this person, to be the leader, to be the mentor. But that's why you have the Hermit right here. You have to enjoy your solitude as well, and meditate and have moments of peace in your life. And this card is here to remind you of that as well. This card usually is about not putting yourself under a lot of pressure to go out into the world too much, being gentle with yourself, and allowing time for you to recover from all these energetic things happening around you, all these energetic forces, and allowing you extra time to find your way. So it's really letting you know and trying to alert you to not be too caught up in this whole being the person to look up to situation. You shouldn't get too drawn into that because that could be bad for you as well. So you do have to have that in mind, and I think that's why these two cards are here. You also have activated earth, power places, ley lines, and trust where you're led. So there are definitely going to be moments where you're going to feel a bit lost, but you do have to use these meditation periods in your day to work on your negative thoughts and try to kind of dissipate them, because you know that you are going to be very successful. So you don't have to worry too much about it. You just have to continue following your path, doing what you think is right, making the choice that you think is right for you, and just trust where you're led. Don't worry too much. You have two cards right here. It's very interesting. Two cards that are telling you to not feel too much pressure, trusting where you're led. So despite you being a very strong figure, and being meant for success and having amazing opportunities, you might have the tendency to feel very pressured. You might be a perfectionist, for example, and you want everything to be perfect, so you overanalyze all situations, and you might get lost a little bit in this. So these two cards are just here to let you know that you have to trust where you're led, and that just everything is going to be fine. Now let's move on to the Moonology Oracle cards. If you've been watching the channel, you know that I absolutely love this deck. This was my first ever Oracle deck. So group number 2, Life Purpose. Two cards. Let me see if I can take this. Yeah. So you have emotions are running high, and your commitment is being tested. Okay. This card usually appears in a reading when you are having good things coming into your life, but you are just like, you're at a state in which you don't really believe what's happening to you, so you are very emotional and doubtful about everything that's happening. But this card means that success is very close. There is a message that I remember. Let me see if I can find it here on the book. Okay, super moon. Yeah, there it is. Success is close. I just must trust. I don't know if you can read that message. Let me see. Yeah. There. So I think that it's very interesting that this card has this as the main message, because you also have here trust where you're led, and two cards that are all about success. So this card is really reinforcing that idea as well. I feel like for most of you, this success and opportunities are very close, and that about these opportunities here, these choices that you are going to have to make, I think that at least one of them is going to be more obvious to you than the others. The thing is, you're going to feel like the choice is so obvious that you are going to be a bit like, is this really the right choice? But I think that would be your right choice. So if you're in that position right now, maybe this message may say something to you. So yeah, I can see that something very interesting lies ahead. So yeah, you shouldn't you shouldn't worry too much, definitely. But you do have this card right here, the first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. So I feel like you could be the kind of person who aspires to achieve really good things in life, in their careers more specifically, but you have been working probably for a long time, or you feel like you've been rejected very for many different occasions. But this card is here that you are saying that you are probably going to get a few more no's before you get your big yes, or you are going to fail a few more times before you can open your business. And I think that is going to be the test to your commitment to those great things that you say you want to achieve. This is the universe saying, like, you are being tested. Get ready, because if you pass those tests, you are going to do great. So pay attention to all the no's, all the negative things that happen in your path that are keeping you from achieving these dreams and these career success, and take those as like stones that are on your way, and you pick them up one at a time, and by the end you build your castle, or in a less metaphorical way, you build your business, you start your business, or you are building your career. So take those tests to your commitment to this whole thing that you wish in your life as a positive thing, and don't give up. I think that's the main message from the universe. Then lastly, I'm gonna grab the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Card number 2, Purpose in Life. Number 2. Okay. So you have Broken Arrow and Guardian Angel. So to close off the reading, I think these are two great cards. You have the I'm gonna be very short and precise on this. You have the Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Remember that you had the Hermit on your tarot cards. So I do think that finding your inner peace, perhaps through meditation or any other way that you find more useful, and that works better for you, I think that is going to be one of the key elements for you to achieve this success, and for you to be able to overcome all these tests that are coming up, to really test your commitment to this goal that you have. And you also have the Guardian Angel. You are not alone. So this is again the universe telling you to trust that success is right around the corner. Success is going to come your way. To trust where you're led. So you do have a lot of very good messages, very positive message from the universe, letting you know that you are not alone. You are being guided. So you just got to trust on the process. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the reading right here. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like the video if that was the case. Let me know also in the comments below if something resonated, if you enjoyed the video as well, any suggestions that you would like to give. I always like to read your comments, and I promise you that I am gonna make sure to take time and reply to all your comments. That's what I usually try to do. So yeah, thank you so much for being with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. If you've seen the intro, you will know that this reading is about finding out about your life purpose. So I believe that there are going to be a lot of interesting messages coming up. Also, you may have realized that I went to pick up something warm because it's getting a bit cold in here. But yeah, let's see what the universe has for you. The Wheel. So this is the Wheel of Fortune in tarot. In this deck, it's called just the Wheel. And it's very interesting because, as you can see, this is the same image that is in the back of the deck. But yeah, I think it's very interesting that you start with the Wheel, which is all about a fresh start. It's about things changing very suddenly, but always for the best. And I think that this could be telling you that your life is going to be very exciting, and your purpose in life is going to be pretty much related to accepting all the big changes and all the good things that are coming to you, which is a very good purpose. Let's see what we have with the other cards that we're also going to shuffle. But yeah, this one says a fresh new start, or the end of delays. So usually the tarot decks don't have messages, but this one has, and that's why I chose this one, because for a life purpose reading, I always think that is very interesting to have more messages. So yeah, once again, a fresh new start or the end of delays. So this can mean that you are about to start fresh on something in your life. And for some of you, this is something that it's been, you've been waiting for it for a long time, and it's finally unfolding in front of you. Sudden or unexpected progress, a very positive change in your life, travel, or a new vehicle. So for some of you, this could be a message about traveling, about something that you've been really wanting to do. Imagine that you've been planning for a long time, that you want to travel the world, or that you want to show some parts of the world to people. I don't know, something related to travel. If that's been on your mind, maybe this could be the message that you needed, that final push that you needed to finally go for that. This could also just be like broad message, just saying that you are going to have a lot of positive changes throughout your life, and you are going to succeed on all of them in some kind of way. So this is a very good card to start off with. Let's see what else tarot has to say about your life purpose. Group number 3, life purpose. Okay, so you have the Wise Counselor, which is the Hierophant on the classic tarot. You have the Hermit. Wow. And you have the Magician. So, wow, group number 3. You have 4 major arcana cards out of 4 cards. So This is very interesting and this is very strong. I can feel the strength in this reading, the power. So I am 100% sure that you are going to do great things in your life. So this is interesting because group number 1 also had the wise counselor, and group number 2 had the hermit. So it could be the case that some of you were very indecisive on which card you should choose because you were feeling pulled to all the 3 groups, and that could be because all the other 2 groups, that could be because both of the other 2 groups also had important messages for you. So if you chose one of the other 2, you wouldn't have made a bad choice. It's just that this group is gathering all the information, all the important information that you were meant to find from group 1 and from group 2, and some additional information as well, because they didn't have the wheel, so that's some different information. And they didn't have the magician either. So, but let's see, the wise counselor is representing a mentor, is representing someone to look up to. So this could be that one of your purposes in life is that you are going to be someone else's mentor, or you are going to be teaching things, or you are going to share your knowledge in some kind of way. It says, unity with a spiritual-minded community. Ask the divine for help and trust the answers will come. Compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. You are going to be working as the one that balances things out and helps people come down to their own decisions and their own judgments on things, because some people really go by tradition and go by the book on everything, and some people always like to think outside the box. And you are going to be the one who brings all that together, because you have the traditional knowledge, you have the new ideas, and you have the ability to put everything together. So I think you are meant to be like someone who brings people together in some kind of way. This could be different for all of you, the way that you are going to be doing that, but you will be doing that in some kind of way. You also have the hermit here, which also represents someone who is very peaceful, who doesn't try to find conflict in anything. It's more of the opposite, and it also represents a teacher or a mentor. So group 1, I also saw that many of them were going to be people to look up to, and I think here is the exact same situation. The difference is that the way that you do that, it's probably going to change throughout your life. And besides you being meant for a mentorship or teaching purpose in your life, I think that the difference from group 1 and 2, that which each of them had one of these, which is very good because it means that you are going to be able to share your knowledge with others in some kind of way. I just think that you are going to be able to do it in a more powerful way. And that is also because you have the magician right here. The magician is all about success and manifestation and thinking about the things that you want to do and putting them to practice. So I really think that you are going to be a very powerful person and a very influential person. And the magician is here to say that if you believe it, you can do it. I think luck is on your side, definitely, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about luck as well. So I do think that luck is on your side on this. You just have to pay attention and to accept anything, to pay attention to when that luck flow comes your way so you can dive deep into it. So let's move on to the next deck, which is the Starseed Oracle deck. Let's see what other messages the universe has for you. Group number 3, life purpose. Okay, that's a lot. I'm gonna take the one on top, which is what I usually do. Let's grab this one. So you have jump in, and forge, don't follow. Okay, so this is a very interesting pair of cards. So you have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. I mean, this couldn't be more accurate because your first card was the Wheel. The Wheel is all about change, unexpected progress, and like it said, a fresh new start, the end of delays, all that. So this card is telling you in a very direct way, say yes to change. So for you to become this very influential and important person, you have to be open to change things in your life. And I think that there is a time for this card to be here. I am sure that there will be a time and moment in your life in which you will be facing change. Some of those changes are going to be very big and very drastic, not in a negative way, but in a big way. And sometimes you're just not ready to say yes to change. Sometimes you are afraid. Sometimes you are scared. Change is scary, but you have to be open to say yes to that change, because otherwise you're not going to achieve any of this. So the universe is really telling you that when this change comes, which is going to be a bit unexpectedly for most of you, you have to be ready to say yes, and you have to be open to say yes and dive deep. You also have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Well, I guess you don't need me to explain what I think this card is about, because this is the third card here saying that you are going to be the leader and that you are going to be paving your own path, and that you are going to start new things and bring new ideas to life. So yeah, I guess that's not much more. There's not much more to say about that. So yeah, because of that, I am going to grab my Moonology Oracle cards, because I mean, that one couldn't have been more obvious. It's all about being the leader for you, group number 3. And starting something new. I really think that for some of you, you are going to be very, very important people in what you choose to dedicate your life with. So, Moonology Oracle cards. So, life purpose, group number 3. You have a win-win outcome is forecast and conclusions are within reach. So a win-win outcome is forecast. So this fresh new start is definitely going to be a very positive one. This change is going to be a very positive one. I think this card is here to remind you of that. So it's all about really bringing you a little bit of peace of when you have that change coming up, because that is going to be a win for you, definitely. And that when that change comes around, it's the perfect time for that change to come around. Even though it might not feel that way, it will. That's at least what the universe is telling you right here. Then you also have here the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. This could be for some of you only. I think this is a very specific message, because here the first card, the wheel, I don't know if you remember, it said a fresh new start or the end of delays. So it could be that for some of you, there is a situation in your life that you really want to achieve, something that you really want to do, that has been delayed and that is being delayed, or maybe this is going to happen in the future. And this card is here to tell you that that delay is going to end. Sooner or later, it's going to end. So you don't have to worry about being stuck in a certain situation or a certain period in your life, because that is going to change and you are finally going to achieve what you want, because that conclusion is right around the corner. Let me grab the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. This is going to be our last deck for today. So let's see, group number 3, Life Purpose. So you have the snake and you have mountains. So the snake here, don't think that is something negative, because sometimes people associate snakes with something bad, but it's not the case. It's more about the fact that snakes change their skin when it's old, and this is all about that. It's about shedding old skin. So it's about letting old things behind your back. It's about moving forward. It's about starting new things in your life and embracing that change of letting go of the old and really welcoming the new. So I think that card really fits well in this reading. I do feel like when you go through that change, you are going to change a lot as well, as a person, for the better, of course. I feel like you are very talented and gifted people, and I do think that once you shed this old skin, you are going to be able to let those great things shine through. This is the energy of renewal, and is a very, very positive and strong energy. You also have here the Mountains card, Stand Your Ground, which is about holding firmly to what you believe in and staying focused, because whatever you are thinking, it is right. It is the right option to take. It is the right change to go through. And this card is also saying that the universe is supporting you on whatever path that you are taking, and it is supporting on this change. Mountains are a symbol of strength, and this is showing that you have the strength to go through this changing period, to become like that beautiful being that really emanates talent, and I don't know, it's such a strong and beautiful energy that I'm feeling right now, a very resilient energy, which is, I think it's also about these conclusions that are within reach. Maybe for some of you, you have been waiting for a big change for a long time, and it is coming. You just have to be ready to embrace it. And I think this is such a beautiful message to receive, group number 3. I was just thinking that the book that comes with this deck usually has very interesting messages, very beautiful messages. Let me see what the mountains have. Let me just grab it. Yeah, there we go. So, it's a lot. Let me see if I can find. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the Mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are. Talk things over with those around you and know that change will come to you. Well, I guess that can have been more precise. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. So again, you are going to grow a lot and expand your knowledge and your life experience. So I think that this is such a beautiful way to end the reading with a very strong message from this Mountains card, which is a very strong card. Yeah, I really hope this was helpful to you in any way. I hope something resonated, or you felt that some of these messages were something that you really needed to hear right now. Don't forget to like the video if that was the case, and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the reading, what resonated. I always like to know what you guys think, because that also helps me to understand if you guys are enjoying, if there's something that you would like me to change. So yeah, I always take the time to read your comments and to reply to them, so don't hesitate to comment down below. Yeah, thank you so much for being with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.